Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where I was just looking up here and noticing we're not working on our relations with the British Republic. We should be improving relations with them, absolutely. We're currently 0, so we're definitely going to work that right on up. And in the meantime, of course, we do have a lot of construction to be working on. We've got some gold reserves here, and we're going to hopefully get finished with these arms industries fairly soon here. Small arms are expensive, and so is wood and iron, but we know that constructing those are not necessarily the best thing in the world for us right now. Enacting per capita taxation would be very good, of course. I think what we're going to do here is let's go ahead and build up a bit of debt. I don't like doing this, but let's build a little bit of debt. Let's get these universities completed. Then once we're working on these coal mines, I don't think there's any reason in working on those for the moment. We've got a decent amount of unemployment, but I want to get these universities done. And what I really want to do here is get some law changes in. So let's get the universities completed, then we'll pause our construction. We're working on medical degrees right now, which will, of course, be fairly important for us. That'll be fine. Are we actually reducing this? No. Okay. Noted. So this railway is going to finish up. That's okay. Yes, we have some standard of living issues. Understood. Arms industry is going to be done in 2 weeks here, but we're getting to a point where construction is not really helpful for us. Mostly due to lack of qualifications, to be clear. So, okay, artistic expressions here. This is 7% enactment success chance. Do it. We really want to get per capita taxation finished up. That would be absolutely wondrous. So we're 14 weeks away from our university finishing. That seems reasonably fine. Yes, small arms are expensive. I don't expect this to change much because of our lack of qualifications. So let's get these universities done. The universities aren't going to substantially change things on that front either. So we're we're at 590k right now. Okay. Yeah, let's just get this done. It's going to be 10 weeks. It's going to end up being about 1 million in debt. Somewhere along those lines. That should be reasonably fine for the time being. So we're going to be paying like 8 to 10k in interest. We'll get that turned around. I'm not too concerned about that. But I want to get these universities completed, and we're not too concerned at all about getting these coal mines done. We'll get them done eventually, but for now, no. So let's get the universities completed here. Someone was exiled by the French Empire. Okay. Medical degrees are 4 to 6 months away. 4 to 5 months away now. Okay. So once we get those, that will be a fairly big deal for us, but we really do need to get per capita taxation through. That's going to be a big deal as well. We want to start cutting taxes fairly soon. That would be ideal to be able to do that. So for now, let's get these universities done. 3 weeks here. We're struggling considerably right now with qualifications. Okay, we had another debate here. 10% enactment success chance. Let's go. That sounds great. We're going to finish up our universities in Kansai. And we'll pause our construction now. Okay, so we're barely positive at this moment with our construction paused. That is noted. We have an engines shortage. That was unexpected. Okay, so to that end, we should probably get some additional motor industries here. What have we got in Kansai right now? Yeah, this is fully employed. How bad of a shortage is this? We need about 300 in total. So 3 would be 120. That would be about 240. And then, let's see here, 280. So something like this. We're not really in a position to build these motor industries at this moment, mostly due to our subsidies. Okay. Those railway subsidies are pretty expensive. No doubt about that. We can't really drop them off, although maybe we can in some locations. Maybe in some. We might be better off to go to wooden passenger carriages here, though. What would that do to our infrastructure, out of curiosity? So if we were to overall swap to wooden passenger carriages, how bad would that be? Okay. We don't want to do that. Got it. So we'll not do that one. We're working on paying down our debts a little bit here. Oh, City of Plenty, indeed. We're going to get additional loyalists. That sounds great. We do need to get these motor industries. Per capita taxation is going to free us up a lot if we can get that passed, of course. We're currently running a small deficit with our constructions paused. That's not a good sign. That is very not a good sign. Okay. Hopefully those qualifications will start to come through, but I really think that it's probably not going to do too much just yet. That's the idea anyway. So I'm fairly certain that that's not going to be a thing at this time. So subsidies. Subsidies are where a lot of this is going. Our per capita taxation did just go into consideration, so that's very good. We need to get these motor industries done fairly soon. That said, medical degrees is 3 to 4 weeks left. And we're making rapid progress on that. Then we're going to go to pharmaceuticals after that to unlock private and public health insurances. So that'll be the idea at that point. I think we're okay with running this small deficit for the moment. Small arms are still considered expensive, but we do have an arms industry in our private construction. So for now, I think this is reasonably fine. However, let's stop subsidizing our railways for right now. So medical degrees are now unlocked. That's great. That allows us to potentially... What do we have here? We're on no health system right now, and I mean, we're already enacting per capita taxation. So we'll be able to go towards charity hospitals. We are going to be 29 months away on pharmaceuticals. So, without the subsidies on railways, the question is, where are we going to lose market access? Chubu. Okay, so we almost certainly do need to subsidize here then, in Chubu. So let's subsidize this location. And we'll keep an eye on any other market access issues that crop up here. If it's just Chubu, okay, Hokkaido needs it as well. I'm not shocked about that one. Okay, so we'll subsidize this. That's pretty cheap. Where else would we need it? We're making a decent amount of money without subsidizing all of these, so we're just being much more cautious on how we're doing this, right? So that's absolutely fine. We're going to pay off this debt relatively quickly at this speed, and of course that means that we're going to get that 6K in interest back. That would be great. I'm not currently seeing a motors input goods shortage, and is that because we're no longer running quite as many engines in our trains? Quite possibly. I want to take a quick look in our market at engines. So let's look at market price. Oh, wow. We're already in adoption for per capita taxation. I like it. So engines are in here somewhere. I think I missed them. Here we go. So we're at minus 200. Okay, so that means that we don't need quite this many. So 40, 80, 120, 180. Let's get rid of 2 of these, actually 3 of these motor industries. I still do want to get some of them online. That would be good. Market access in Kanto is dropping. Okay, so that means that we should subsidize here as well. That is acceptable. And we'll let that make its way right back up. And it is indeed rising, as expected. Excellent. So our private constructions are proceeding apace. Plus 40K right now. So out of curiosity, if we were to resume, what would we be at? Minus 20? Okay, that's not so bad. Noted. I don't actually want to do it at this time, though. So per capita taxation is going to put us very positive, and that's a very good sign. We absolutely do need to be working our way through this. So what is being exposed over here, if anything? Postal savings? Okay, sure. I guess that's fine. Over here, we're getting crystal glass, and in the military tree, we're getting triage. Okay, opium's going to be a problem for us, but sure. That'll be absolutely fine. Do we just get per capita taxation here? Honestly, after going off of traditionalism, I kind of feel like we deserve it. So let's see what happens. That's not how RNG works, obviously, but we'll see what happens here. Hey, it did just go through. I like it. So that's great. That puts us at plus 101k. We're going to resume our constructions right now, and that's absolutely wonderful. Wood is currently a little bit expensive. We could consider bringing up... Actually, we're maxed out on our wood production, aren't we? Yes, indeed we are. Unless we've got anything in here. Nope. Okay, so we're maxed on our wood production right now. There's probably some technologies that we could get to further optimize our wood production. Yeah, electric sawmills would do the trick. Steam donkeys and chainsaws. Yeah, that's a ways away. That is a ways away. So, restore traditionalism is the current political movement. But looking through here, we're on per capita taxation right now. Is there anything that we can change that we really want to do? Okay, we need a political movement to get one of these going. Hopefully that ends up happening. Hopefully. We would also like to get rid of serfdom. So just going down to tenant farmers. Again, that at this point would require a political movement. So we just need to wait for a political movement for decent law changes. But at least we can get back to work on these constructions. So that's good. Wood is still expensive. There's not a lot that we can do about that. And building all of this is fine, but it's not really... I mean, the motor industries will help us, but it's not really going to substantially change our income with these coal mines if we're not able to put people to work in them, right? So that's probably not going to make any significant changes for us. I want to check in on government administrations. We're doing fine on that front. Okay. No issues then. So at this point, we definitely need more people in Hokkaido and, you know, everywhere. We're barely growing. In fact, we're shrinking in Hokkaido right now. I'm not shocked about that. Things are rough up there. We can think about cutting our taxes somewhat. This would be 43k to cut down to high taxes. We can also start dropping off consumption taxes. I think we're probably not best off to do that. I think what we do right now... Okay, Kansai and Kyushu. Okay, so that, of course, means that we need to do this. And then in Kyushu, we need to do this as well. So that's going to cut into our income a little bit. We do have gold reserves built up right now. So that's reasonably fine. We're not in debt at this moment. I would like to consider a tax cut. We're not really in a position to do it, though. Sadly. Yeah, low standards of living. I'm not shocked about that at all. We have had our standard of living come up recently. So that's interesting. We're going to have motor industries done in Kansai here in 4 weeks, and I'm hoping that that will stop this slow bleed that we've got going on here. That's the idea. We can see that these subsidies are really shooting up in price. Significantly shooting up in price. I think a lot of this is due to our private constructions, to be honest. We're overbuilding the railways, and we can't stop this from happening. But that means that when we subsidize it, they get overemployed, is my theory right now. We'll see. There's not really a lot we can do that. Okay, the shogunate is reducing our taxes, or no longer reducing our taxes, maybe? 38k. Yeah, I think that's what's happening there. Actually, our subsidies massively dropped off. Fascinating. That is absolutely fascinating. That is because of the engines finishing. That's why that happened. Okay, beautiful. So with that in mind, of course, we can look at what these subsidies are going towards, right? So if we were to go into these railways, we can see, well, we would need to go into one of them that is like down here, right? We can see price of engines significantly dropped here. Coal has been steady for a long time, so that's not shocking. I'm actually feeling like perhaps we do cut our taxes here. So by cutting our taxes, but maybe adding in a consumption tax, these are all pretty crappy, to be honest. By cutting our taxes here, we should see our standard of living start to come up. And that's good. We want to continue to work on these constructions, but we want our taxes to be a little bit less crushing, for sure. We really do need a political movement to get something changed here, though. So we're on dedicated police force for the moment. We can't go down to, like, proportional taxation or graduated taxation, neither of which would actually be beneficial for us right now. So for now, this is okay. I would absolutely like to change our health and education systems. Those would be the single biggest thing that we can do at this juncture. Continuing to grow our economy via construction is awkward. We could do it, but it would definitely be awkward. Sorting by labor here, yeah, Kanto would be the place to do it. Okay, let's get one going in Kanto, and then we'll just continue to expand our construction out. What we really need, of course, is qualifications. So if we look at, like, these iron mines, right, we can see here that they're unable to fully hire because they're trying to get some machinists, and the machinists aren't willing to work for this wage. So actually, we're overproducing iron right now. This is not a problem with qualifications. This is a problem with iron overproduction. That's fine. That's not really a problem there. What if we were to look up, say, here in Hokkaido at these gold mines? What's going on here? Well, here it's a qualifications issue. Engineers, okay, we've got a small engineering price issue here. Their wage is kind of absurd, but sure, that's fine. What else do we have going on in, say, where are our chemical plants? Out of curiosity. I'm just wondering what's going on with that. Where are they? We can go in here and find this out. Chemical plants are in Kansai. Okay. So here in Kansai, we would go in here. And let's take a look at this. Couldn't hire machinists due to laborers on paper mills with one qualifying machinist aren't willing to work for a wage of 2.57. Okay. Gotcha. So the price of fertilizer is extraordinarily low right now. One thing we might want to consider is building agriculture here. So 1.34, 1.72. I think going into more agriculture and less industry right now makes a lot of sense. So let's build, say, 10 rice farms in Kansai. That will produce us fruit, grain, and sugar. And that'll drive up demand for fertilizer. This construction sector should still get built. But let's definitely start to work on our agriculture a little bit here. That will let us put these peasants to work, which would be good. And then we can start to work on our qualifications to do a little bit more of an industrialism push a little later on. We're running a deficit right now. I expect that to go away as we finish these rice farms. So that should be reasonably fine. And we're just going to slowly work towards getting our arable land worked on. We just lack the qualifications to go high-end industrialism at this point, so we're going to have to go rice farms first, and then we can swap around. Well, not really swap around, but we can grow into the industrialism from there. That's the core idea here anyway. So these rice farms are going to finish. There we go. I was definitely not expecting to be running quite this much deficit, but I do expect this to turn around. So 5.14 million peasants right now. Seems okay. And of course, these coal mines, these are all going to be fairly overbuilt, right? It'll take time to grow into all of this, so we're not really interested in prioritizing any of this construction down here. That'll just eat up any additional construction that we have left over. So let's get these rice farms done. And then we can look through here. We can see rice farms are definitely dropping in value. but they're actually still the highest value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. No, this I'm thinking about putting in 6 here. Specifically 6 because I want the economy of scale. We're at plus 14 right now. Cap is at plus 20. So we need to take this to 21 to max out our economy of scale there. Okay. So we're back positive financially. That's much more expected. And up in Hokkaido, we just don't have any peasants here either, right? So we have a significant lack of people in Hokkaido. We really would like to get people going there. Market access in Ryukyu is dropping, which of course means that this railway needs to be subsidized. So we'll get that going. This rice farm is going to be done in 4 weeks here. All of these coal mines, they're not going to be hugely beneficial for us at this time. They're kind of a waste of our construction, but later we'll be glad that they're built. So I'm okay with them still being here. It seems fine. Plus 9K. Yep, this is definitely the route that we want to go here. So let's finish this rice farm, and then we'll evaluate what we want next. So looks like rice is still actually the way to go. So we're going to add in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 here in Kansai. Beautiful. So we're still going to be producing more rice in Kansai. If we look here, we can see 5.11 million peasants now. That's what we're looking for. We still have private constructions working on industrialism down here. We're just going to get some agrarian economy going here. We clearly need it. I was hoping to skip this portion of it and just go straight to industrialism. We're clearly not in a position to do that because we lack the political movements that we need for it. So in the short term, we're going to be cruising our GDP up via our farms. So we're going to be driving down the price of all of the productions here, right? Fruit, grain, and sugar. The price of this is all going to be dropping. And we're going to need to continue to keep an eye on where we want to build these. Fairly soon, livestock ranches are looking like that's going to be where it's at. But for now, that's fine. Very, very small surplus right now that we're running, but that's reasonably expected. Okay, so let's get these rice farms completed here. Now our surplus is much better. I'm guessing this has to do with changes in the investment pool. That would be the theory. I'm also interested in potentially building 2 more construction sectors right now in Kanto. Since we are growing our economy steadily by constructing agriculture at this point, I think that it is reasonably safe to do so. We're probably going to run a deficit for a little bit, but that is something I am comfortable with doing at this time. We've got a good amount of surplus built up, and that'll be fine. And that'll put some of these unemployed people to work, so that would be good too. So let's get that all done. Rice farms are going to be done in 5 weeks here. Excellent. And we're putting a lot into our private construction. We need to remember that. So that's definitely going to be a thing. We could continue to grow our construction fairly steadily here. And again, I want to target 335, right? That is what I want to target for our construction in the long term here. So making our way to that would be very good. 1 more rice farm needing finishing here at the end of this week. So let's see what we've got for pricing as soon as this updates. Okay, what do we got? So rice farms are 1.27. That now means that livestock ranches are indeed the way to go. So the place to build this would be Kansai, and we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Fantastic. So we'll get the livestock ranches going here. They produce fabric, fertilizer, and meat. That all seems fine. Raising concerns. Sure, this does need to be addressed. So the shogunate is concerned about the influence of the industrialists. That's fair enough. So we're going to get these livestock ranches done in Kansai fairly swiftly here. As far as additional constructions go, I'm just looking through these prices. For now, this is fine. I would absolutely love to come off of isolationism. That would be a really good thing to do. We need a political movement for it, though. And we just don't have one. We simply don't have one, which is sad. We'll need to urbanize the Japanese shogunate. That'll happen eventually. But for now, this is reasonably fine. So we're going to be finishing up these livestock ranches. We can probably get more construction going here soon. Yeah, I think we can. Let's get another 2 going in Kanto. That'll be fine. We're going to run a deficit. That's okay. I don't mind it. We'd also like eventually to move up to steel frame buildings, but for right now, we're still working on scaling up our construction via construction sectors, so this will be okay. Livestock ranches will be finishing up here soon enough. We're going to run a deficit here for a little bit. That is fully understood and fully expected. Yeah, minus about 10k. Yep, that's about where I expected this to be. It's going to shuffle around as we finish up these livestock ranches. Our coal mines down here in Kyushu, I don't actually expect these. They are actually at full employment. That's intriguing. I expected this to not be at full employment, but it is at full employment. We're driving the price of coal further down. It's fairly even right now. We're going to start overbuilding our coal very soon, but apparently coal is not yet overbuilt. Emphasis on yet. It will get there. So that's fine. This livestock ranch is going to be done this week, and we'll take a look at what we want to build next. So that price will have dropped 1.28, 1.37 for our rice farms. So we're back to rice farms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I kind of want to continue expanding our construction by 2 every time we start up a new round of farms. That kind of feels like that's floating a decent amount of money and is going okay. Market access here has dropped, so that of course means that we need to subsidize this railway. That's okay. No problem whatsoever there, but it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, this economy is definitely starting to come a bit more online. We really did need to go into the agrarianism, no doubt about it. It is sad, but it is what it is. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.